Namaskaram, Sadhguru. I come from Russia, and I heard that you are coming in Russia in June for Indian engineering completion for the first time. Yeah.
Wait, let me see.
I'm also excited about this. But our country is now going through difficult times right now. Economy, coronavirus, some other crazy things. So people are now in a panic and they're busy with their survival. They're confused, is it the right time to start working on one's inner well-being, or is it the time to focus on survival? So what would you like to tell to all the Russian-speaking people who are watching you now? Thank you.
Now, namaskaram to all the Russians. No bear hugs, no slapping your shoulders. Hello, namaskaram. Safe, huh? We've been doing this for a long time. About… now everything is a question mark, whether I'm coming to Russia or not also is a question mark. We don't know yet. As of now, schedules have been called off only till 15th of April. But we just don't know how this will pan out. Many scientific projections talk about various levels of cycle for the virus and how it plays out. If we go by that, we're not sure if it will settle before 15th of April, or will we get tired of this virus caution and just go about our business at a cost, of course. I don't know, but we will go by the directive that is there among all the nations. So we don't know what Russia will say by June, is it? I'm supposed to come there in June? June. Most probably it should be clear by then, hopefully. But about, is this the time, when there are struggles in the nation, is this the time to turn inward and tend to myself? Tell me, when is your balance, your intelligence and your competence is of utmost value? When life is in crisis, it's of utmost value. In some way, if life around us is in crisis, then your intelligence, your physical health, your sense of balance, your wisdom, everything becomes a premium. When everything around you is going well, you can be a silly fool and still manage. When things were good, well, you know, now we are looking for alcohol to wash our hands, we are not getting it because you guys drank up everything. We're looking around in the country, we need alcohol to wash hands for everybody who comes here, but they say Russians drink it. This happened in a… All the Russians, are you watching for me? It's just a joke, okay? I'm sure you can take one. I don't know if you understand a joke before 6 in the evening. But I trust you because this happened. An efficiency evaluation person in a Russian factory arrived in the morning and they were just randomly checking. So he called one of the workers and asked him, he was operating a machine. He said, if you have one shot of vodka, would you be able to operate this machine? He said, I guess so. Suppose you had two, would you be able to operate this machine? Well, I think so. If you had three, would you be able to operate this machine? I think I can, possibly. I'm quite confident about that. If you had 5 shots of vodka, could you operate this machine? Well, I'm not doing it. So, this is the time when things were good, you are doing something else. Especially if there is a crisis in the nation, this is the time every citizen in that country should use their bodies, their brains, their wisdom, and above all to be balanced and ride through the crisis. This is most important. All the Russians, if the virus allows, I will be there. People usually say God willing, but I'm saying if virus willing, I'm coming. I'm coming, virus willing. Sounds good, huh?
Namaskaram, Sadhguru.
As she's holding back a cough.
As the song goes, Lakho Salam, and I want to say thank you. On behalf of myself and everybody here, thank you for everything you've
What
done.
you got elected of?
Sadhguru, I wanted to ask you something vague, so I apologize. But what do I need to know right now?
You must know that you must sit down right now. And you must know that mangoes are up in the tree, not in the ground. And you must know you must not open your mouth so big and laugh. You must hold like this, you must laugh. You cannot laugh like this, because laughter is as bad as cough. Hello? I'm telling you, these are the things you must know for today.
Namaskaram, Sadhguruji. I want to ask you that I see, when you work and you do so much for everyone, I want to know why you or other people also I know who are, much needed in the world, why do they get so much opposition? Why is this group of people and a significant, and I see whether it's you or, like I said, people who were always waited for and they think that they need, and a significant part of your energies goes to clarify or address those concerns or doubts, and that way what you intend to do, it suffers so much more, especially for people who have no doubt about, what you are here for and what they can get from you. So why is it that there is this huge, very powerful section of people who's always opposing?
Don't go by the noise that they make on the Twitter. They're making so much noise on the Twitter means this little birdie, because they have no footprint on the ground, they have no substance. All they have is full-time on social media platforms, particularly Twitter. Here we've left tweeting to the birds, because they must tweet. So, we should not overestimate them, but at the same time, can we ignore them? No. Well, you must know this. Gautama was poisoned 3 times. The last time it killed him. The 3rd time it killed him. Well, Jesus was nailed. Manzoor was stoned to death. Socrates was poisoned. This has been the history of humanity. But at least they're only tweeting against us. Because that means they're not as powerful as the enemies of the past. They've been defanged in many ways. They can only write rubbish and obscenity about you. Because my chest did not swell up when somebody praised me. When somebody abuses me, I don't shrivel up. It makes no difference. At the same time, I think the organization has become alert and agile because of these people. Otherwise, a lot of them would be sleepwalking. Now everybody's alert. See how the virus has made everybody super alert and conscious of everything that they do. Just like that, this kind of virus also, this is also one kind of virus. They're only wanting to go viral. Because they don't do anything of substance in their life, their only joy is for a few minutes in the day they went viral somewhere about something. Because they said something shocking or obscene or utter lie which shocked people and it went viral, doesn't matter. All I'm saying is, my only concern is this, that today, for the first time in the history of humanity, we have tools with which we can reach the entire human population. I want you to imagine when a Gautam Buddha came, or even when Adiyogi came, how many people could they talk to? They walked from village to village, village to village, village to village, to talk to 5 people, 10 people. That's all. I'm telling you, I was at the Mahatma Gandhi's Sabarmati ashram. I was always so intrigued by this salt satyagraha, What a brilliant idea. Just salt. Just going and picking up a fistful of salt changed the whole national movement in a certain direction, which led to various things which are now history. I asked them at the ashram, how many people walked with him? Though I've lived in this country and I'm reasonably okay with history, in spite of that, I did not know, I thought thousands of people must have walked. When I asked them, they said 72 people walked with him. Can you believe it? 72 people. With 72 people, he changed the trajectory of India's freedom struggle. 72 people. We have millions of people. We can change the trajectory of how humanity lives. So this is the very first time many great beings have come, but they were hugely handicapped without any technology to speak to the world. They had to physically go from place to place. Who they may be big today in the human consciousness, that has happened over hundreds of years or thousands of years. During their time, most people of that time who lived on this planet were not even aware such people existed. When Adiyogi walked, do you think anybody knew such a great being? When a Krishna was fighting wars up there in Uttar Pradesh, you think South Indian people even knew about it? When Gautam Buddha walked, you think anybody knew about it? Much later. When Jesus was there, you think anybody in America or South America or Australia, now everywhere there are churches, did anybody know about it? Hardly 12 people, all right? In that, one of them freaked. That way, we cannot complain, we're doing too well. Never before it's been this good. Hello? Never before it's been this good. What are we complaining about a few? They have no employment, so they're self-employed in abuse. It's okay. But they're not just leaving it at abuse, they're trying to hit wherever it hurts most. Not me, they can't hurt me, they'll hurt the work at various places. But it's okay. I think if you keep the throttle on, these kind of things will fall off. We just need to keep the throttle on. If our commitment to create human well-being as we are committed, if we remain strong in our commitment, these things will not only fall off, they will be here also tomorrow. And I'm telling you, in Tamil Nadu, in late 90s, certain sections of media who started campaigns against us. Our struggle started because we tried to stop a few things that were happening in the forests. Why we are always accused of damaging the forests is because those who are hunting, those who are poaching, those who are cutting sandalwood trees, we made efforts to stop them, so they turned it against us and said, these people are just cutting the forests. And even now it sticks. Maybe a small percentage of population still believes that we could have done it. They keep commenting here and there. They say, oh, he cut all the forests, now he is planting trees. Because we stopped them, because they were having a free run, when we came and established ourselves here, we became a big sore point for them. We were the big trouble because this was the only road available for them to go into the jungle and do whatever they were doing. So, they're not able to eat venison, they're not able to eat buffalo meat, they're not able to hunt, they're not able to… wild war. They're missing all that. And of course, the sandalwood and those who are clearing trees and cultivating marijuana up there, all of them we stopped. Because of that, 25 years later, still it is going on, that we have destroyed thousands of acres of forest. Well, you ask any forest official who's working in the area, is forest doing better because of us or worse because of us? You can just ask anybody. And you can ask any village person out here, people who have lived here for long enough, they know everything has become safe and secure because of us. So because of that, they're going on about that. Everything that you can accuse a man of, a man can do and cannot do, they accuse. These days, they're also trying to give a commentary on my quotes and my talks and everything, how stupid I am and that is good. This is a good angle they've taken, I'm very much excited about this angle. Because some of them are writing, he's an nincompoop, he's a nitwit, this is good for me, very good for me. You don't understand how, because there is a certain thing to it. It's good. These accusations of forest and killing elephants, all this they have stopped because it's not flying. All government agencies have put out what is the information. So they know they can't go on saying that, now they're stopping that and talking about how foolish and stupid I am. That's a good advertisement for me. That's very good. So at the same time, we should not, like virus. Virus is okay, we don't want it to get into our nostrils. So we must keep them little away. That we should always take care. There's no problem, but that we should take care of that. Certain amount of energy and time is expended on this, unfortunately. But what to do? That's part of living in the world. There was a great Kannada sage called Basava. He said, ಬೆಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಮನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಮೃಗಗಳಿಗಂಜಿದಂತೆ, ಸಂತೆಯಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಮನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಶಬ್ದಗಂಜಿದಂತೆ, ಊರಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಮನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾತಿಗಂಜಿದಂತೆ. That is, you build a home in the forest and then you're afraid of wild animals. What are you? You make a home in the marketplace and you're afraid of noises. So what's wrong with you? You live in a town and you're afraid of other people's comments, so what are you? Well, no, this is expert. At least this you must appreciate, all these people who are giving commentaries on how stupid we are, they're avidly listening to us. One day it'll transform them. So they're listening, this is nice. They're reading every quote of mine and they're trying to find what's wrong with my quote. Every talk they want to give commentary. I have confidence that one day it will transform them for sure. If it would transform you, whoa. We should close another 5–10 minutes because Divya Darshanam is there, please.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru.
Where are you?
Sadhguru, I was volunteering for inner engineering program and we were looking forward to you coming to Mumbai. But unfortunately, it has been postponed. Beside me and other volunteers, it's mainly the participants who are feeling bad for this. So, is there any message for them till we meet for the program?
Oh, the message is, as I told you, you must be missing in action, don't be the carrier. Till then, we'll come to Mumbai anyway. All the places that we had fixed and promised, anyway we will make it up now. What we had to do in 4 to 5 months, we'll have to do it in 2 to 3 months probably, but we will do it, we'll keep that commitment, subject to availability of halls and everything else. But till then, if you are a super hungry seeker, you've already been through the inner engineering online, please download the app and there is Isha Kriya. Start doing Isha Kriya, it'll be a fantastic preparation for the Shambhavi. We are coming for you.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru. My question is about milk. Milk is coming from the cows, which is a very torturous way.
How old are you?
I'm 32.
Oh, too late for milk drinking.
Sadhguru, I didn't understand.
Then you can drink milk. It's okay.
So, the cows are getting tortured just to get the milk from them, and it's about their reproductive system, and we are dependent on the milk which should be given to her children, and this has been happening since ages, and also in the yogic system and in the temples. The milk is getting used for diyas and also for the linga, so I'm not sure how good it is. Sometimes I feel very bad about it.
I don't know where you saw diyas burning with milk. Anyway.
Made from the ghee,
Yeah,
ghee is
all right.
made from the milk.
So, it's better to slaughter them, not torture them, right?
Well, it's better to leave them the way they want to
Oh,
live.
that will not happen. The only other option is slaughter them. So we think it's better to milk them rather than slaughter them. We think it's better to put them to work than to slaughter them. This is my understanding of cruelty. If your understanding of cruelty is milking the cow is very cruel, so we will kill the cow and eat it up, that's exactly what will happen. Whatever your intentions are, that is exactly what will happen. Yes or no? That's all that will happen. So if you think that is more humane, just to slaughter them and eat them up, that's not my understanding of cruelty. My understanding of cruelty and compassion is, first thing is right to life. There is cruelty everywhere. You were sent to school, it's a bloody cruel place. Yes, it's very cruel on a child. But can you leave the children on the street and say, don't go to school? We have to put them through that cruelty because otherwise they will go and kill each other on the street. Yes? So many negative things will happen in their life. They will become… poverty will take over, crime will take over, other kinds of things will take over. So it's better put them through 12, 15 years of cruelty to avoid a lifelong suffering. Yes or no? We know certain things are cruel, but we still do it because the alternative is worse. First and foremost thing for every life is right to life. After that, whether it should be milked or not, whether it should be worked or not, I'm sure the next thing is the bulls are drawing the cart. Some people are coming, activists are coming and saying, they're doing very cruel, these bulls are being treated very cruel, they're drawing the cart. Flat ground, put ball bearings, easy, brakes and everything so that it's not very hard on him, but he needs to work. If he doesn't work, we will just keep him and you will feed him? Such a thing won't work. So we will leave him. Where will he go? Straight to the slaughterhouse. Straight. Because they want him to go quick before he loses his muscle. That's what will happen to him. We want him to live, that's why we're making him work. If it's a male, we make him work that way, if it's a female, we milk her, it's good. Otherwise, you will not give them any chance to live. Anything that's not useful to human societies, have we allowed them to live? Are we in that kind of condition? Are you in that state of compassion that things which are not useful to you, every day you will feed it with your money and keep it alive? Are you in that state of compassion, I'm asking you? If you were like that, fantastic, I would bow down at your feet, okay? If you were like that. You are not like that, I know. This is… I know you're not like that. I know who I'm dealing with. So this kind of rubbish keeps coming up, this misplaced compassion without knowing the realities of how the world works. Somebody is complaining about this, if the dogs are tied up, they said, cruelty to the dogs, and suddenly they would write blogs about us. Okay, if I let them loose, this happened. Where this happened? In Bangalore one case happened, in Madurai or someplace another happened. Packs of dogs, they attacked school-going children and ate them up. Because dog is a carnivorous animal. If they are there in packs, they will get their instinct back. Only when they are separate individual, they don't have that sense. But if 10, 15 of them are together and roaming around, when they see a child below 4 feet of height, they will go for him. So, school-going children were attacked and eaten up. Now what do? Now municipality comes and just culls all of them. Isn't it better that they're tied? Hello? We leave them when nobody is there, when people are there we tie them up or put them in a box. Otherwise, the only way is to cull them. You will say, we put him to sleep. Generally people say, we put him to sleep. No, you just killed him. Hello? You just killed him and you want to satisfy yourself, I put him to sleep, send him to heaven, whatever nonsense. Why don't we send you also? This may sound cruel and absurd, but I want you to know this. Every other life values its life as much as you value yours. Even an ant doesn't want to die. Yes or no? You think an ant is wanting to die because it's a small life? No, even an ant sees its life is as precious as yours. So if you don't milk the cow, it will go straight to the slaughterhouse. That's where it's going. That's where they're all going. Those who don't have milk, those who don't have the ability to work, that's where they're going. So,
Namaskaram, Sadhguru. Thank you for everything. My name is Rakeshwara. I just completed my PhD from Stanford last year, and I came for Sadhanapada, and I also had the fortune of doing Samyama with you. Thanks you once again. So during Samyama, you said people who are naturally sensitive, they tend to be fragile. So this has been kind of true my whole life. So for example, even now if somebody touches my back or my left side, I feel like punching them.
Oh, very sensitive you are.
That's the instinct, but I control it.
Okay.
Because of 10 years of inner engineering. So anyway, not just that, when it comes to smells, foods, electromagnetic radiation, etc. So this limits my ability to function in the world. So I was wondering if there is any sadhana that I can do, or people like me, so that they're not just sensitive, they're also strong. Like Hanuman, he was very sensitive, but he could take 1/4 of the Lankan army single-handed.
Oh.
So they said he had the blessings of Shiva, so I'm also seeking the same.
Sensitivity should be, you must be life sensitive. People become ego sensitive, physical body becomes sensitive. No, you must become life sensitive. If you become life sensitive, how would you think of punching this guy in the face? If you became life sensitive, such a thing would never occur to you. Now, body has become weak, not sensitive, weak. Right now you see you're all right, I'm saying any of you, we're not talking about the PhD guy. If you're right now, you're all right, but let's say, this is not the time to say this. Let us say you are having a flu and feeling little like that, not corona, before. Pre-corona flu you had, feeling like this. Somebody as much as touches you, feel, oh… Yes or no? When you're well, it's okay, you can rub shoulders with people. When you're unwell, everything matters, small things. This happens to you not only physically, even when you're mentally suffering with something, smallest things set you off. So do not understand that as sensitivity, that is weakness. When you're weak, you become fragile. That fragility is different. Sensitivity, which makes your body fragile, is different. Fragile not in terms of weakness, like Hanuman. No, I don't want to talk about Hanuman in South India, you should not talk about him because we have a lot of issues with him being who he is. The Tamil man, you made a lot of misinterpretations about him, we don't like it. So let's leave it there, let's not get into one historical problems that we have. But sensitivity should be of life sensitivity. If you sit here, your life reverberates with everything. With those crickets which are going crang, with a bird which is sleeping, with people who are sitting here, even a little tiny insect that's crawling, your life reverberates with all that. Now, your sensitivity becomes a means to know. Right now, your sensitivity will push you into a corner in the world. Yes, it will push you into a corner where you cannot do anything after some time. Your sensitivity should be an empowerment to life. If you become life sensitive, sensitivity becomes the means to absorb and know everything. Right now, this sensitivity will create allergy for life. More and more, you will not be able to bear with people around you. everything irritates you. This is not sensitivity, this is irritation, agitation. This comes out of a certain level of weakness in the system. So if you want to become like a Hanuman, I have a sadhana for you. If you're here for long enough, slowly we'll make the tail grow. I think we should close. There is Divya Darshanam today. We need to get there, okay? 8 o'clock.
பூக்களெல்லாம் மலர்வதென்ன உயிர் நோக்கம்தானே, மரங்களெல்லாம் வளர்வதென்ன உயிர் நோக்கம்தான். ஆசையெல்லாம் வளர்வதென்ன உயிர் நோக்கம்தானே, ஆழ்மனதில் இருப்பதென்ன உயிர் நோக்கம்தான். பிறக்கும் உயிருக்கெல்லாம் ஒரு நோக்கம்தானே, பூக்களெல்லாம் மலர்வதென்ன உயிர் நோக்கம்தானே, மரங்களெல்லாம் வளர்வதென்ன உயிர் நோக்கம்தான். ஆசையெல்லாம் வளர்வதென்ன உயிர் நோக்கம்தானே, ஆழ்மனதில் இருப்பதென்ன உயிர் நோக்கம்தான். பிறக்கும் உயிருக்கெல்லாம் ஒரு நோக்கம்தானே, பூக்களெல்லாம் மலர்வது